Órale, Cholo took los tres chingones boxing shots, all the chingones y chingonas, man. Damn, dog, it's almost here. The big weekend of fights, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I am much more interested in Friday's fights than I am Saturday's fights. Monster and Newey on Sunday. Yeah, don't get me wrong, dog. You get a chance to see the monster throw down, but really, I think Friday is really the main event as opposed to the rest of the weekend, and the fact that it starts with that it just seems to me like that's the more intriguing fights, the lineup, man. But anyway, I saw the face off. I saw the press conference today. I had no idea. I had no freaking idea, Holmes, that freaking Arnold Barbosa was gonna go in there and fight the legendary Santos. Did anybody know that? I thought he was gonna fight Teofimo Lopez, but instead we got Santos. And I'm like, firme, let's do it, man. Have boxing, have lucha libre, let's handle it. Let me go ahead and pull this up right here. Not gonna watch the whole thing, but some key spots. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys this. I never seen the sparring match between Rolly and Ryan. What's up, Dimitro? I know it's out there. I probably should. I should probably watch it before, just to get a little kick out of it. But I had a good time watching this, man. I don't know if anybody saw the press conference earlier today. It was quite entertaining. Oscar de la Hoya got into it with Bill Haney. But anyway, that's for another day, man. Let's get into some of this right here.
I felt I needed to do. He's a bigger dude. He was hitting, punched pretty hard. So
Wait, I'm bigger
I was
than
jabbing
you?
him, hooking him, jabbing him, right hand,
Wait,
jabbing him.
I'm
He
bigger than
couldn't.
You know, that's crazy. That at that time, Rolly was bigger than Ryan. Because right now, dog, Rolly's like a heck of a lot smaller than Ryan, man. I feel bad for Derek James in this clown show. He just sat there, man. He just sat there and he was just like, whatever.
Gonna
you?
catch up to me though. I'm bigger than you now though. I'm bigger than you now though. So
I'm
none of
bigger
that
than you
wrestling
then?
ain't gonna work this time. I promise you. That wrestling they're trying to put, being all dirty. That ain't gonna work this time.
You're dirty. You went like this.
When
Pop, 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 pop. Break, and then try to hit me on a. Oh, that's where you f***ed up.
No, that's
You
not
know,
true.
that's where
That's
you
true,
f***ed
bro.
up.
You were
No,
fighting there already, bro. You
but
came in your head.
we can
You still
rewatch
fight.
it.
You still
Man,
fight that
pull
way.
up right now.
Whatever.
All over there. You're like.
All I know is
break.
during that sparring, he was able to run.
I don't like. I'll tell you guys this, man. In all reality, look, I've wanted this fight to happen, not because I think it's a competitive fight, not because I think it's going to be a good fight. I think it's going to be a good fight in the fact that we're going to be entertained. But as far as it being a fight of the year, or as far as it being an action-packed competitive fight, nah, Charlie, dog. Rolly's going to sleep. I don't know, dog. Just seeing these two dudes just throw down for one reason or another. Hey, man, I wanted to see it, and I'm glad it's here. And they've been. I'll be real with you guys, man. The build up to this has been a little bit soft. It hasn't been as good as I wanted it to be till I saw the face off, and I'm like, oh, okay, it got a little bit better.
Roughhouse me, able to put me in bad position. I didn't want to because I was, physically smaller than him at the time. Now I'm next to him. He looks smaller than me. He look like a baby compared to me. I know I'm a big dude, so you're in for a rude awakening if you think any of that's gonna work. It kind of.
Hey, I will say this, dog. I will say this. In in a span of like 2 years, 3 years, Ryan has really gotten a growth spurt. Just look at him sitting there. That is not the same dude who was fighting at 135 pounds. It's not. The dude that fought at 135 pounds still looked like a teenage kid. You see it. Look, just see it. Just look at him sitting there. I'm not talking about him wearing his freaking Mr. Rogers sweater, and trying to look more mature. I'm just talking about him, his body, his face. He just looks more manly now.
Kind of showed me that your strength ain't really up there anymore when I seen your last two fights with Pitbull and the other dude. So you're in for some. It might be your last fight.
With Haney, you look like the only time you ever look good was when you dropped him. But I mean, man, Haney, man, he's always been there.
And you're in big trouble now because I'm not doing the stuff I was doing when I was doing with Haney, and I beat him. So that just shows you where I'm at.
So you were doing it or you weren't doing it?
What do you mean? I showed everybody on my Instagram was.
Oh, okay. So that was when I first heard that. I was like, "Oh, what's he talking about? Is he talking about the Austrian thing? What's he talking about there?" But no, I mean he clears it up.
Where I'm at.
So you were doing it or you weren't doing it?
What do you mean? I showed everybody on my Instagram I was drinking, I was smoking. What are you talking about? I didn't hide it. People seen it. But now I'm not. You can see right now I'm clean. So I'm even more focused. I'm training every day. So it's going to be even worse.
Good. I want you to be. Because I don't want anyone to take away any credit or any of that stuff once I stop your ass.
Okay. Well, like I said, bro, you're going to be retiring that night. You're going to be retiring. I promise it's going to be your last fight. I don't think so. Yes, you're going to be retiring, bro. 100%. Believe that. Feel that.
Okay. Whatever you say. We shall
just when you train, it's like it's your last fight. All right? Your last fight, your last hurrah. So you better go out with a bang.
All right. We'll see.
Ryan, you said on Twitter recently.
Hey, I got to tell you guys this story. I got to tell you guys this. Look, man, Ryan is kind of letting me down a little bit. He's kind of letting me down, Hans, because for this, he's being super mature. He's going to the press conference in a suit and tie. Yeah, he's talking a little bit of smack, but the smack talking was actually like to the Haneys. He's kind of letting me down a little bit on this, man. But every time I see Rolly just kind of look at him talk, it just, I don't know, dog. It makes me laugh a little bit.
That Rolly is here just to be funny.
Yeah.
That's what got him here, and that's the only reason that he's here. Why do you think that?
He's a great talker, man. He's made me laugh millions of times on the internet. Where he goes after Shakur, anybody, honestly. Even when he goes after me, I even laugh. So,
hey, look, when I heard this, I don't know what, last week or 2 weeks ago, I forgot. Whenever it first got reported, I don't follow like Ryan on Instagram or anything like that. But when I first heard it reported, what Ryan had put on social media when he said something along the line of like, "Hey, Rolly, you're only here to be funny." Basically, I was chucking it up, right? I was chucking it up, and he basically said like, "Hey, look, you're here to be funny, so just be funny." Like, it just had me laughing all day, dog. You're a funny guy, Rolly. Just be funny, Holmes. That's all you're here for, is just to be funny.
of times on the internet where he goes after Shakur, anybody, honestly. Even when he goes after me, I even laugh. So the dude's a funny guy. He got a career being a comedian after this. But as far as the ring, he's definitely went downhill since he got knocked out. I feel like his chin hasn't recovered, and that's just the honest truth. I don't think Pitbull hit him that hard, but he's not handling punches well. That's just the bitter truth of the sport. Sometimes you get knocked out, your chin gets weak. I feel like your chin is weak. I feel like there's no way in 12 rounds I don't catch you with a good shot.
See, but the difference here is you quit with punchers, bro. You quit with Tank?
I didn't quit, bro.
You did quit.
I had a broken rib. Everybody knows that. I had a broken rib. I was dehydrated as I was weak as
Yeah, so I was dehydrated as with Tank too.
But like I said, you haven't been the same since though.
What have you done? You look like
I took a shot,
and you look like with Devin.
And I beat both of them.
You look
so. Like if I look like, but you got knocked out looking for Easter eggs with Isaac Cruz talking about Happy Resurrection Day, bro. You didn't even know where you were at, bro. After the fight, he beat you that bad. Do you think?
Bro, look up the damn. It was Easter. I told everybody.
Bro, you were looking for Easter eggs in the ring, though. You was out there everywhere, bro. You are.
Man, we're gonna try sneaking a commercial here. All right. Look, I will say this, right? Hold on, let me put that down for a minute. I will say this when it comes to that. When they brought up Tank, right? Um Rolly got knocked out cold by Tank. But I think it's actually worse on the Ryan side because getting knocked out is one thing. Quitting is another thing, right? And he was on the knee. He was on a knee, and I kind of knew this. I was there. I was there at Vegas, and right when I got there, I already had heard that at that time he was with Goosen, and the whole thing was when Goosen. It was all bad. He was only with Goosen for that one fight, man. And I knew that Ryan was running with a sweatsuit the night before the fight, and I was just like, "Damn, that's Gacho, man." Let's bring it back up. Got rid of that damn commercial. Here we go.
If you say I
Bro,
look like I
you
won
look-
though.
You look like.
I won though.
But how did you win?
I won though.
How did you win?
I knocked
it's
out
not,
Duarte.
It's not on your record.
I knocked out
It's
Duarte.
not on your record.
I knocked out
You can't.
him
you
being a
gotta come in
bitch and suing and trying to go for the
You came in
and trying to
Duarte, when we started seeing that shoulder roll, good gosh, that was not a shoulder roll.
overturn
Wait, bro.
overturn
But you ain't
overturn.
even a professional.
I couldn't even make the weight.
You
I couldn't
couldn't-
make the weight.
You couldn't make the
I
weight.
couldn't make the
You
weight.
You
I couldn't make the weight.
You couldn't make
I'm
the weight.
147 now for a reason, right?
I'm 147 for a reason. Okay, I moved
That
up.
makes no sense.
Rolly, I believe Rolly's only 147 for this fight. Rolly looks really small, dog. I think he's only 147 for this fight right here because it's a nice big payday. And I ain't hating on him. Shoot, dog, go take it. But you see him standing next to Ryan, I'm like, man, Rolly should be at 140.
Yeah, you moved up.
I just said why I
moved
missed
up,
weight.
I moved up. But
I couldn't make the weight.
I had to kill my. You know how bad I had to kill myself to fight Pitbull and this last dude.
Well, like I said, you got knocked out at the end of the day.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, you got knocked out and I won.
Right,
You said I
got
look like
knocked out too.
yeah, because I got hit with a bite shot. That I was already broken.
Right,
If I got my rematch now, if they gave me a fair fight now, there's no way I'm going down like that.
You'll go down to 140.
No,
Okay.
they need me to make money.
They need you.
That's
To
the
make,
That fight's not happening. That fight is not happening. We are not getting a rematch between Ryan and Tank. Tank will not go that far up. Tank will fight Jake Paul, right? Jake Paul's a big dude. There's a lot of money there, and Jake Paul's not a skillful boxer. But Tank is not going to go up to fight Ryan. And Ryan's already saying he's not going to drain himself for that fight either. That we're not going to get that rematch.
denominator, right? We're making
I
good
don't
money
know,
here,
bro. I don't think you've been doing too good with as far as money goes, but who knows?
right? I'm here now, right? Making good money.
Yeah.
You're not doing as good as me, right?
I'm doing better than you, I think.
Are you?
Yeah,
Because you haven't had that many big fights, bro.
investing, bro.
Investing.
Investing.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
not
we'll
over here-
see.
I'm not over
At the
here
end of the day,
tricking
bro.
off all my damn money.
At the end of the day,
Alright, let's go.
though, we're gonna decide who's gonna win this fight. I don't give a about who got what got what.
You're 2-2 in your last 4 fights. You did win a title in that stretch as well. Do you believe you're still at the top of your game?
No, we don't. Hell no, we don't.
Brian, I'm fighting Ryan, bro. What the motherfucker? Dude, I already know this. I know this. I know you better than you know you at this point. I know everything about you, and you know that. And aside from that,
I don't. I don't know that.
yeah, you do.
Why would I know? How?
I know
Makes no
everything
sense.
about you.
Do you?
I truly do.
That sounds like you're in love with me. Are you in love with me?
No,
You know me better than I know myself. That's weird, bro.
I'm not in
That's
love.
fucking weird.
I'm not in love with you,
Bro,
I
that's
promise
weird.
You, I ain't in love
Are you
with
breaking up with me? That's
See,
weird.
I'll tell you like this though. Like if I
You're
did
weird,
go that
bro.
way,
I ain't gonna lie,
maybe,
you're
but
weird.
I don't know. You've been hanging out with a lot of people that I don't know, a lot of weird people.
Look, I will say that. Let me see. Why do boxing fools always be like at the end of the day? I don't know, dog. You know what? I got so sick of hearing that. I don't hear that as much anymore. But I got so sick. I never said that, dog. That always was being said. Vatos were always like, or even highlights. At the end of the day, I'm talking about outside of boxing for like a good, I don't know, 10 years. Like, gosh darn it, that got so damn played out in every conversation. Hey, at the end of the day, it's about this. Hey, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, at the end of shut the flying flip up. What's with all that at the end of the damn day? At the end of the day, Holmes, I say my prayer and I go to sleep. Get the flying flip out of here, dog. I don't hear too many people saying that anymore. But I never got that, dog. It was like almost every freaking conversation, people would weave that in over and over and over, dog. I would have the same conversation. Oh, I'm sorry, I would have a conversation with one person, and that person would have to weave it in like 8, 9, 10 times in one conversation. Yeah, well, you know what? At the end of the day, it's about business, and what's good for business. It's like, oh, okay, well, you get show up on time. Well, at the end of the day, as long as I show up, like, what's with all that at the end of the day stuff? Good gosh. All right, I'll get off my soapbox. Let's go.
and stuff like that. So who knows?
How-
I mean, they
what?
might be in love with you.
Maybe they are, bro. Maybe you're in love with me. Maybe
I'm
other
not.
people. That's weird, bro.
You're not my type, bro.
Bro, all right, this game weird.
You're not
All right. Dog. This is why I love Rolly. This is why I love Rolly, dog. We need a Rolly Romero just hanging around in boxing. He ain't going anywhere, but we need him just hanging around, dog. You know what I mean? Like, the Simpsons need Krusty the Clown.
my type.
Tank Davis said recently that he actually hits harder than you. Do you believe that?
Maybe he does. Yeah, he could.
Maybe,
possibly.
no, for sure.
Well, even
All right. How many people believe that's true? How many people truly believe that Tank Davis is telling the truth? Maybe he is. I don't know. I've never been in the ring with either one of these guys. I would just say, just from the outside looking in, I think Ryan hits harder. But is it possible that Rolly hits harder? I don't know. Maybe it could be that Ryan was very drained for that fight, that maybe he didn't feel that maybe Ryan just didn't have snap to his punches. That's possible. I don't know. But just from the outside looking in, it looks like Ryan hits a heck of a lot harder. But I don't know. We'll find out.
if he does, bro, it's all about landing that shot that they don't see.
Mm.
Setting him up for a shot that they don't see. So,
I mean,
that's what power's
plenty
about.
of shots on you that you didn't see.
Again, 8 years ago, he's talking about. But
But you're more experienced than me.
you haven't found nobody even come close to that level to get to where you were to fight Tank.
I fought
Right?
punchers, bro.
Who?
I fought a bunch
Who?
of Barroso was a crazy
Who?
puncher. Barroso, he was a crazy.
The one
puncher.
that beat
And-
was long.
He said Barroso, dog. He said Barroso.
Wait, to beat you, the old man, the grandpa,
So what? It was a hard fight. So what? Luke Campbell dropped your ass,
and I got up and knocked him out.
and I you stopped the dude.
You didn't stop him. That
I
was
stopped-
controversy.
The controversy. So he was not about to get knocked out.
No, he wasn't,
He
bro.
wasn't. He was.
Hey, dog, you know what? Hey, look. Credit to Rolly, dog. Credit to Rolly Romero. Honestly, I really thought he would not bring that fight up. Why, Rolly, why would you bring up the fight with Barroso? Talking about that you stopped him. Talking about that you fought him. Why would you bring, dog? I would never, if I were him, I would not mention that fight. It's like, hey, they gifted it to me, and that's that. I'm not going to mention it. He is mentioning it right here because he wants credit for stopping Barroso. Check it out.
But you're more experienced than me.
you haven't found nobody even come close to that level to get to where you were to fight Tank.
I fought
Right?
punchers, bro.
Who?
I fought a bunch
Who?
of Barroso was a crazy
Who?
puncher.
Right here.
Also, he was a fucking crazy
The one that
puncher.
beat was
And-
on
and-
his way to
and-
beat you, the old man, the grandpa,
So what? He was a hard fight. So what? Luke Campbell dropped your ass,
and I got up and knocked him out.
and I you stopped the dude.
You didn't stop him. That was
Stop.
controversy.
The controversy. So he was not about to get knocked out.
No, he wasn't,
He
bro.
wasn't-
He
he
was
wasn't.
he was dodging all the punches. That's
He
the
wasn't
truth.
dodging it.
Yes, he
He
was.
wasn't, bro.
He wasn't.
No.
Go
dude,
watch the
you-
replay. I'll bring it up right now. He was
Bring it
dodging
up.
punches.
Bring it up. Do it.
Everybody knows it was a f***ed up call. Everybody knows that. You were losing to him. You got dropped, but maybe he does hit hard.
We play hard.
Oh, dog, you gotta have a little bit of love for Rolly. You gotta have a little bit of love for Rolly. His chance is like 65-45. Rolly got sneaky power, but he's chinny. Oh, dog. You gotta have a little love for Rolly, dog. He's over there. Look, man, look, he believes in himself. All right? What are you vatos doing? Huh? What are you vatos doing, dog? Quit making fun of Rolly Romero, dog. He said it. He said he was in there. He was about to get Barroso was about to get knocked out. So you got to give him his credit, man.
This card has got several big fights on it, including one with Devin and Jose Ramirez, and nobody is making any.
All right, this is when they talk about Devin. I don't want to hear that. Basically,
With Fargo, your virtual assistant from Wells.
let's get that commercial out of here. Basically, Rolly actually is rooting for Ryan to beat Devin Haney. Even at the press conference today, he was just like, "Oh, they could go do their thing." And even when I beat Ryan, I still, they still should have a rematch. I want, Devin Haney deserves the rematch. So it's like, all right. I mean, look, if Rolly does win some way somehow, if he does win, should he get Devin Haney next? I don't know, man. I think I'd probably rather see him fight the winner of Barbosa and Teofimo. Look, man, he's not gonna win, dog. But anyway, let's get back to it. Get rid of that commercial. Let's see. Here we go.
He was overweight. He didn't do it things right. Like that's some weird. And then Sumi's even crazier. He's a weirdo, and his dad's even a bigger weirdo. Like that's little weirdo and big weirdo.
Well, you guys are going to have a chance, maybe, to settle it in the ring in the fall. Do you think there's any chance that
I hope you beat the out of him again, even worse than the.
I think he wants me to beat Devin so bad. He wants me to beat his ass so I can fight Devin to beat his
You guys
ass.
are fighting anyways. We already know what you guys are gonna fight no matter what anyway. That has nothing to do with me.
I mean, it's just
Right, you could get your ass beat by me, get flatlined, whatever, take a knee like you're used to, and then go fight Devin, beat the out of him, bro, and do a boxing world a favor.
Ooh, threw in a little shot right there. If you guys heard about the knee thing, take a knee like you used to. I'll say this, man. I wonder if Rolly, if he's gonna be boxing after this. I don't know how much he's getting paid, but if he doesn't want Devin Haney after this, it might just be, you know what? Let me get the big payday, and maybe I'm out of boxing.
Do you think he quit
like that
against
plan.
Tank?
No, I didn't quit. Like I said, I was really damaged before in the ring. I was so bad, I probably should have pulled out. My lips were blistering, bleeding. I was pissing basically red. It was just disgusting. I did not belong in that ring that night.
But you took the fight.
I did. It was, you're not going to pass up on that much money. I knew me and Tank had this huge star power, and they did. It was.
All right, look, man. I cannot say that everything that he's saying is true, pissing red and all that stuff. I don't know about any of that stuff. What I will tell you guys, and this is about the Tank fight, what I will tell you guys, one thing that I do know for sure is that the night before the fight, he had a sweatsuit on and he was running to sweat because he had to make the claws weight the next day. So all that other stuff, I don't know. Is he exaggerating? Maybe, maybe not. But I will say that the night before the fight, he had a sweatsuit on, out in Vegas running.
The fifth largest gate in the history
Mhm.
of boxing. So I feel like I took a risk and I tried and it didn't work, and that's just what it is.
Mhm.
But the facts are the facts of the position I was in. But I'm ready to try to right that wrong one day too. That's what I'm looking forward to
Never
beating,
happened. That fight's not happening.
Rolando, and then beating Devin, and then I want to fight Teofimo, and then fight, Tank. That's my plan, and it's optimistic. But
Do you
I'm trying to
think there's a chance he's overlooking you going into this fight?
No, he's working his ass off.
No, I'm
Which-
not.
no,
I'm not.
wait. Let me say it right there.
I told him on that tweet.
I want him to be working his ass off. I want him to be the best Ryan he can be, because it'll just make the fight even 10 times bigger. And I'm gonna work my ass off, and we're gonna make him.
I know I'm gonna get his best. I know I'm not
Yeah.
gonna get his, all his other performances, because there's something about me. I know he, it's a big opportunity. I know he's gonna be ready. It's just something about me. He's gonna be training hard, and I gotta be at my best to beat him.
How's this fight end?
No, right flatline on the canvas, or him taking a knee. Who knows?
Same question.
I feel like I'm the overall a better boxer, so I feel like just my skills are just gonna beat him. If he gets knocked out, he gets knocked out. But if not, I'm gonna just beat him easy.
Ryan Rowley, appreciate it. See you guys both back here May 2nd.
All right, man. All right. So, hey, man, look, I'm pumped for this fight. I am. I've been wanting to see it. No, I don't think it'd be all that competitive. I think it's over like in 5 rounds or 6 at the most. But just for what it is, I'm glad it's happening, man. I really am glad it's happening. Little side note, this sucker's happening outdoors in New York, right? Times Square. Now I checked the forecast. There is a chance of showers. So I'm sure they know that. So I don't know how they'll prepare for that, man. There is a chance of thunderstorms. So damn, hopefully not, dog. Hopefully it's nice and clear, because that would be jacked up. I think the last fight that I seen when it was pouring rain was when Sergio Martinez went down to Argentina. That's where he's from, and I forgot who he fought. I think he fought Martin Murray. I think he fought Martin Murray. As a matter of fact, he got dropped. Sergio Martinez got dropped. He still won the fight, and it was pouring rain, and it was just bad, dog. Rain gate, yeah, man. Delay it. I look to me, this card should be. They should have done the Canelo thing on Saturday and do this one on Saturday. I'm sorry, no, the Spencer. They should do the Canelo card on Friday and do this one on Saturday. This one's just much more interesting. I like this card better. I'll be at the party house, at the Garcia party house for both fights, but this one's a lot more intriguing, man. It's a lot more intriguing. I definitely want to see Haney versus Ramirez. But anyway, I just want to go ahead and talk about that just for a second. I enjoyed the face off. The press conference today, the final press conference today, was it entertaining? Yes, yeah, to a certain degree. But see, the guys that got into it, they're not even fighting each other, dog. Like, Ryan gets into it with the Haneys. And then Oscar De La Hoya gets into it with Bill Haney. And then you have Teofimo Lopez. Arnold Barbosa kept his, he kept his reservations, dog. Like, he didn't really explode that much this time around. And Teofimo Lopez is over there idolizing Santos. I mean, who didn't? If you're a Lucha Libre fan, I know a little something about that. He's over there with the Santos mask on, trying to get the crowd going. But I don't know, dog, man. Not too many people were really feeling them. And Rolly and Brian, I mean, they're doing, the guys that were fighting each other weren't really going after each other, man. So I was just like, damn, need to watch the replay. Hey, what's up, Pete Town? But you know one thing that I've never seen? I've never seen it. And I'm gonna watch it now. Now I'm gonna watch it. I have never seen the sparring session between Rolly and Ryan. I've never watched it. I don't know if I should. I don't know if I should, man. Maybe I should watch it after they fight. I don't know. I don't see how Rolly stands a chance in this one, man. Nonetheless, I'm glad it's happening. Ryan by knockout, Haney by unanimous decision, Tio by split decision. Just seen Oscar lock up. Yeah, dog, Oscar. And you know what the funny thing is, Pete Town? The funny thing is that Oscar sat back down and then he gets on the mic and he's all like, "What do you say? I don't even know what he said. I just heard my name." Then if you didn't hear what he said, homie, why you getting all locked up for, dog? Bato gets up like he undoes the button on his jacket. Like what? Let's handle. Let's do it. I mean, I get it. I get it. You heard your name, right? So you want to be like, wait, whoa, hold on, whoa, what'd you say? But he gets up and then he sits down and then he says, "What do you say?" "I don't know what he said. I just heard my name." Like, damn, all right. Oscar's feeling it, homie. Oscar's feeling it. But nonetheless, man, look. Like when Ryan said about Rolly, that what did Ryan said about Rolly? You're a funny guy. You're there to be funny. So just be funny. I don't know why, dog. That had me busting up all damn day. You think it was real? Uh, I don't know, dog. I mean, maybe they could have done it just for publicity, just for promotion. At the same time, I don't think Oscar and Bill are like good buddies like that either. So, you know, maybe there's something like that. Maybe, you know, because I will tell you this. I will say this. After that, Bill Haney didn't talk that smack about Oscar anymore. You know, I mean, Bill stood up, right? Bill stood up because he's all like, "Oh, I can't look like a punk." So he did stand up as well. But after that, when he sat down, he didn't. He wasn't that confident on talking smack about Oscar anymore. So, but anyway, man, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna tap up out of here. I just wanted to go ahead and watch the replay with you guys, just because I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was decent. It's been this build up has been a little lackluster. It hasn't been what I wanted it to be. It hasn't been what I thought it was gonna be. But at least the face off, it was a little exciting. It was a little fun to watch. But man, I thought the build up to this, I thought these two guys were gonna be at each other's throats, man, and it hasn't been that. But at least the face off, we got to see a little bit here and there, man. But anyway, we'll be back on Friday, man, with the boys. To talk about all this, dog. All the fights going down. I see you, Pete Town. That's right, homie. So yeah, man, we'll be back on Friday, same time. I will be at the Garcia Party House out in the Coachella Valley, out in the low desert, and we'll be doing it up right there. I'll see, man. It's a beautiful pad, dog. Maybe I could set up outside. Let's see how good the Wi-Fi is, man. Maybe I could set up outside by the pool, smoke a cigar, have a drink, really show off, dog, and talk some boxing, homes. Hey, man, you guys have a good one. I'll catch you guys on Friday.